What's up guys, Tao here. Here I have 4 phones, iPhone 10, iPhone 13, and iPhone 12 Pro and Samsung Galaxy Fold 3. Now today we're gonna do a few very simple tests just to see how these 4 phones perform against each other. So mainly it's gonna be either synthetic test or boot test or loading game test, nothing in depth, so just to give you guys a general idea. Alright, in terms of the test, so we are going to do a boot test and also do a Geekbench 5 synthetic test, and also we are going to load game and just to see which phone loads quicker, and we also do a Wi-Fi test. So just to see what is the Wi-Fi modem in these 4 phones perform against each other. So that should be interesting to see because of different generations of modem. Alright, for the boot test, the 3 iPhones is physically connected to this charging hub with the main switch. So I will be switching on the switch so the 3 iPhone can charge at the same time, and they will be immediately switch off, just to give a same playing field compared to the Samsung Galaxy Fold, because I have to press the home button on the Samsung Fold. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. So I do expect iPhone 13 boot first, so 12 Pro second, and maybe Samsung or 12 Pro, yeah, 13 is the first. And 10 is the second, and 12 Pro and Samsung. Wow, okay, that is interesting result. Alright, for the second test is the Geekbench. So we're gonna use the Geekbench 5 for the test. I know this is the synthetic test, but this actually will give you a kind of overview on the hardware performance. So we're gonna test the CPU and the compute, so which is the CPU and the graphics. So let's start and benchmark CPU. Okay. All right, here are the results. Wow, what a difference. The iPhone 10, the single core CPU score is not even 1,000. So the highest is the iPhone 13, and the second is the 12 Pro. The third is Samsung Galaxy Fold, and that is on the single core and the multi-core, and yeah, iPhone 10 is the last. So I'm not surprised because iPhone 10 is a few years old now, so as expected. So now let's do the compute, which is the GPU. All right, here are the results. Now this is unbelievably interesting. So the 13 obviously is the highest score, 13,560. Now, one thing bear in mind that iPhone, they use Metal API, which is specifically designed for the Apple platform. The Samsung, they use OpenCL, which is normally used on the Windows-based graphics. So they are slightly different and kind of API, but nonetheless, so 13 smokes everybody here. Now 12 Pro, just under 10,000. Now iPhone 10, it's just about 4,000. Samsung 4,700. So clearly there are differences between these 4 phones. All right, next let's do a Wi-Fi speed test. Now I do expect the result somewhat similar. But let's just see if there's actually any difference. Now bear in mind, right now it's connected to my extended Wi-Fi, so that is not the actual speed I'm getting, but that will do. So let me just show you guys. It is connect to the same wireless network, so that's all the same wireless network. So let's see. Now we're gonna do one at a time and best out of 3 or average out of 3. So let's do this, just be fair. Wow, what a result. Surprisingly, iPhone 12 Pro has the worst Wi-Fi performance or the modem performance. and Samsung has the best. So average around about 61 megabit per second download speed, so 20, around just over 20 up. So in fact, the upload speed across 4 devices is around about the same, around just over 20 megabit per second, which is very consistent. That's good to see. Now the down speed, Samsung outperform all of others, and surprisingly iPhone 10 actually holds pretty well, so better than the iPhone 12 Pro. So I don't know what happened there on the 12 Pro. I don't know, maybe they use the worst modem ever, so who knows. Right, the final test is to open a game, see how fast they will load. Now this actually is a little bit tricky for me to do it because I need to press 4 icons on 4 phones at the same time. So let's see if I can actually manage in one go. I think ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. Now I do expect 13 loads first, and then maybe the Samsung or the 12 Pro. Let's see who's loaded first. 13. Oh, interesting. So 13 is the first. 10 and the Samsung Fold3 almost about the same time. 12 Pro is the last. Wow. Alright guys, that was the final test. The results speaks itself. It's quite interesting. As expected, iPhone 13 outperforms all the rest, has the best performance. So right now the iPhone 13 is quite difficult to beat in terms of the smartphone. Now the second is the iPhone 10, surprisingly, and also Samsung Galaxy Fold. Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, so the performance might not be the big selling point, but it's the features. So if you choose this phone, I don't believe, at least in my opinion, I'm not buying this for the actual performance, but rather than the features. So it's still fantastic flagship phone from Samsung. Now surprisingly, iPhone 10 holds the performance actually really well, so even though it's a few years old. Now the biggest disappointment is the 12 Pro. So I don't know what happened to this phone. Maybe it's just in the transition period in terms of hardware, especially the Wi-Fi modem has at least the performance quite disappointing. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. This is it. If you guys have any questions, please leave it a comment down below, or if you want to share your experience with others, and also feel free to leave the comment down below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to share it. See you guys in the next video.